Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to discuss about El Nino and La Nina, that is ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation. Okay, El Nino and La Nina are two opposite phases of massive and recurring climate pattern known as El Nino Southern Oscillation, that is ENSO. And ENSO describes the fluctuation in temperature, okay, fluctuation of temperature between the ocean and atmosphere in the East Central Equatorial Pacific, okay, East Central Equatorial Pacific. Okay, this is the portion, East Central Equatorial Pacific. El Nino means this direction, and La Nina comes in this direction. Okay, fluctuation of temperature. These episodes typically last 9 to 12 months, but can sometimes persist for years, influencing weather patterns across the globe. Okay, now what is the Pacific's normal state or state? Okay, a westward flow of wind and warmth. Okay, in the western portion, the warm pole, and in the eastern portion, in cold pole. Cold pole means high pressure and warm pole means low pressure. Okay, strong trade winds move from this high pressure to this low pressure from east to west direction. Okay, trade winds, normally strong trade winds blow constantly from east to west direction across the tropical Pacific Ocean. And the water movement, these winds push warm surface water towards the western Pacific near Asia and Australia. And the result, the sea surface in Indonesia is typically about 0.5 meter higher and 4 to 5 degree Fahrenheit warmer than in Ecuador. Okay, this is the normal state around tropical Pacific Ocean. Now, the engine of life, nutrient-rich waters rise in the east. Okay, nutrient-rich waters rise in the east. As warm surface water is pushed west, cold water from the deep ocean rises to surface along the coast of Ecuador, Peru, and Chile. This process called upwelling. Okay, this is the process of upwelling. Like this, brings cold nutrient-rich water to the sunlight upper layer of the ocean. It is like this. This natural process supports vibrant marine ecosystem and is the foundation of the region's fishing industry. The story of El Nino begins with the fishermen who first noticed this pattern change. Now, the warm disruption, that is El Nino arrival. El Nino is the warm phase of ENSO, characterized by the unusual warming of surface waters in the eastern tropical Pacific. This portion, warm water flows east. It begins when the normal westward trade winds weaken or even reverse. Okay, it happened because due to the weaken and reverse of trade winds. This allows the massive pool of warm surface water from the western Pacific to flow back towards South America. The normal upwelling of cold water is suppressed. Okay, the cold water, this is the cold water portion and high pressure, and this is the warm water portion, that is low pressure. Okay, it's happened due to the weakened or reverse of trade winds. Now, the cold counterpoint, the opposite, La Nina takes hold. La Nina is the cold phase of ENSO, involving the unusual cooling of the same eastern Pacific region. This portion, it is essentially an intensification of the normal pattern. The westward trade winds become even stronger than usual. Okay, again the trade winds become stronger and the normal scenario comes back. This pushes more warm water towards Asia, like this warm water, and enhance the upwelling of cold water along the South America. This is the portion, South America portion, coast portion, and making it colder than average. This is La Nina. Now, the consequences of whole processes, this ENSO. In South America, drastically increased rainfall leading to coastal flooding and erosion. Okay. In Indonesia, severe drought that threaten water supplies and agriculture and can lead to wildfires. Okay, this is the effect of El Nino. The US Midwest can experience record-breaking warm winters, and South America drastically increased rainfall leading to coastal flooding and erosion. And health, flooding is associated with increases in cholera, dengue, and malaria. Droughts and wildfires can cause respiratory problems. So these are all consequences of El Nino. Okay, there is a case study of El Nino event during 1997 to 1998. One of the most intense events of the 20th century. It was first to be scientifically monitored from beginning to end. Sea surface temperature in the eastern Pacific showed 9 to 18 degree Fahrenheit above normal. Okay, this is the graph of This is the year, months, and this is the temperature in Fahrenheit. Okay, sea surface temperature anomaly between 1902, 1997 to 1998. Global impact: severe droughts in Indonesia, Malaysia, and the Philippines, and heavy rains in severe flooding in Peru and California. And the US Midwest experienced such mild conditions. It was dubbed the year without a winter. Okay, the global consequences of, after reaching the La Nina. Australia in Southeast Asia, heavy floods and rainer than normal conditions. Then North America, favorable conditions for hurricanes in the Caribbean and Atlantic, increased instances of tornadoes in the USA. And South America, droughts along the coast of Peru and Ecuador. However, the enhanced upwelling often has a positive impact on the fishing industry. These are some global consequences of La Nina. Okay, what are the consequences of Indian subcontinent? Okay. During El Nino effect, strong El Nino events are linked to weaker monsoons and even drought conditions across India and Southeast Asia. Okay, this can have severe consequences for agriculture in the Indian subcontinent. And during the La Nina impact in Indian subcontinent, La Nina years tend to bring greater than normal rainfall. Okay, heavy rainfall happening in Indian subcontinent during the summer monsoon, especially in northwest India and Bangladesh. It also brings colder than normal winters to India as cold air is piped in from Siberia and South China. Okay, the El Nino Southern Oscillation is not a rare disaster but a fundamental rhythm of our planet's climate system. Okay, understanding the delicate balance of the Pacific Ocean is key to understanding and preparing for the weather that shapes our lives, from a Peruvian fishing village to the farms of India and beyond. Okay, that's all for today. If you have any doubt and query, just let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.